This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Incredibly diverse
representation.
in the internals. It's just the diversity of this cast here.
La representaciones en la representación.
And bringing diversity.
They spoke about representation. They spoke about diversity, inclusion.
Representaciones.
Representation.
Look at this. Each of these awesome cars
Diversity.
Representation.
is wrapped to represent
Diversity.
Representation.
of the Eternals. I mean, I can't believe it. Look at how cool these cars look.
Incredibly diverse.
Representation.
I'm a piece of representation in gaming and see representation on the big screen and to feel represented.
This representation.
Exciting, right?
Oh, brother.
This guy stinks!
Race swapping. God, I hate that word. Hollywood loves DEI. They glaze DEI. They F with DEI.
Stop it. Get some help.
I've been watching these videos pertaining to this topic of race swapping. Now, the issue with race swapping isn't about being against diversity. It's about lazy representation. Studios think that slapping a different skin color on an established character is enough to win fans. But let's be honest, it really isn't.
It's 90% bullshit.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I would advise you to sit back, grab a soda or whatever, and let's get started. Race swapping often feels like a shortcut. Studios claim it's about grabbing headlines and patting themselves on the back. And they be like,
oh my god, this guy's so white. Let's make him black or Asian or Latina so we could be more diverse. Instead of creating our own new characters or using already existing ones. So we could get that easy ESG scores, diverse quotas.
I'll tell you this is not creativity, this is laziness. Do it the right way, by introducing already existing characters and writing them properly. Don't just race swap an original character and not write them properly and use them for your messed up racial stereotype agendas. And that's number one. And number two, if you want to race swap a character, race swap the supporting ones, those ones that aren't really well known. But you can still capture the essence of that original character. If it's done correctly, then both parties can be happy. Instead of going away with one route that will completely damage your brand. Longtime fans feel disrespected when studios make changes that ignore the source material. If they criticize the studio for race swapping an iconic character, then they're gonna be called racists and bigots and be villainized as toxic fans. This doesn't make the situation better. It makes it much worse. Villainize your audience with a dumb decision that you've caused, then karma will hit you by a speeding magic truck. Actions have consequences. For example, Starfire from that god-awful Teen Titans show, or DC's Titans. I don't know, but I don't care.
Give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Starfire was portrayed by a black actress, yet in the comics, Starfire has a orange light skin complexion, and in her planet Tamaran, they also have an orange skin like complexion. Now, I'm not hating on the actress because she took the role. She was good at what she was given, but may I feel that they should have casted a light-skinned actor for the role. In fact, this version of Starfire isn't even Starfire. She doesn't act like Starfire at all. Where did she get that dress? Lonelyfans.com? The only thing that she has as Starfire is that she's from Tamaran. She doesn't act as if she's from another planet. But Starfire from the comics is a light-hearted character. She also has dark elements with her due to the fact that she was backstabbed by her own big sister and sold for slavery. Plus, her character is all about blending in with human beings, and she has trouble with her grammar.
Perhaps we should
do the hanging out. We never have before, and conceivably it could be fun. We might journey to the mall of shopping, or perform braiding maneuvers upon... I suggest a large pizza with pickles, bananas, and mint frosting.
Starfire? Not everything on the menu is a pizza topping.
Oh, shit. Dick's gonna think I did it.
She can't even shoot green lasers, she only fire bends, and she can't even fly. So what's the point with this character? Now, if this was a good race swap, they would have captured the essence of the original character, but they didn't. Overall, the Titan show was really bad. I don't recommend anyone watching it if you want your head to roll up and down. Here's the kicker. Marvel and DC already have an incredible roster of diverse characters. And by the way, most of the general public don't even know that these guys exist, except Black Panther, maybe Storm, or even Miles Morales.
Can you name 5 black characters in fiction that don't have lightning abilities? He has lightning. All right, let's see. Anime, comics, just fiction in general. Just fiction in general. Killer Bee. We got fiction in general.
These characters have their own unique stories and backgrounds that can be explored with good intentions and interests. But no! Hollywood loves easy swaps that don't add depth to the story. Look at a character like Blue Marvel, for example. If you want to explore racial stereotypes and do it in a smart, positive way, he's your guy. But instead, Marvel decides to race swap Wonder Man, then just make a Blue Marvel show. And then they call it diversity. When are they going to introduce Vixen? Instead, they decide to race swap Black Canary and make her boring, unforgettable. At the end of the day, these guys are really horny for these ESG scores. They will do anything, and I mean anything, to get those diverse points. If you want representation to work, it has to be authentic. Look at Black Panther, for example. He wasn't just another black superhero. He was a character that was rooted in African culture, told by creators who understood its significance. And to top it all off, he was created by 2 white Jewish men. It was a cultural moment that did not only bring black people together, it brought everyone from different ethnicities together. Back in 2018, people were excited to see this movie. I mean, not everyone liked it 100%. I mean, there are some people who had issues with it. And yeah, this movie has some issues, but it was a good movie overall. And by the way, when I rewatched Black Panther, it does have some racial stereotypical themes. Now don't get me wrong, these aren't like bad themes or anything. And remember, these racial themes can be used carefully, story-wise. For context, King T'Chaka is the king of Wakanda. T'Challa always wanted to be like him. He was raised with good moral principles to become a strong, compassionate leader and a protector of his nation. While in the opposite, Killmonger, his father, gets killed by T'Challa's father, T'Chaka, and he's raised without a father or a father figure and has no one to take care of him or teach him set principles. Due to the cruelty of the world, he becomes a psycho killer with no remorse or empathy for others. He'll do anything to reach his goals by killing whoever stood on his way or just use them for his nefarious purposes. He became a monster. Now, this is a real stereotype because most crimes in the US, for that matter, that are committed by black men are always linked up to how they were raised, i.e. fatherless homes. Either the father is incarcerated, or the father died, or they left them when they were young, or even they don't have a father figure. If Killmonger was taken to Wakanda and was raised by T'Chaka, then none of these things would have happened. And that was the main criticism by T'Challa to his father of why he didn't take the boy home.
Why didn't you bring the boy home? Why, Baba? He was the truth I chose to omit. You were wrong to abandon him. I chose my people. Our future depended
You
on
are wrong! All of you are wrong!
I cannot stay here with you. I cannot rest while he sits on the throne. He is a monster of our own making.
Now, I'm not saying put bad stereotypes in movies. I mean, there are some sensitive themes that will trigger some people. As long as you counter them with life lessons that the audience can learn from, which can make the movie watchable. It's basically having your cake and eating it too. To me, race swapping isn't the answer. It's a band-aid over a much bigger problem. If Marvel and DC want to champion diversity, they need to dig deeper, use the incredible characters already in their catalog, and hire creatives who are actual creatives, not people who alienate fans, and tell authentic stories that resonate with everyone. But if a race swap is to happen, let it happen for these minor characters. And if you're also doing that, they should capture those character elements when the actor or actress playing them in a movie or show. In all honesty, just stop race swapping. But we all know that's not gonna happen anytime soon. So I hope for the best. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.